Welcome
right.
to the Relatively Controversial Podcast. I am your host, Matty Ray, and with me as always is Josh.
That's me. And today we've got some very interesting subject matter to cover. But
That was a
before we
little
jump into today's,
that was a little tighter than last week, so
that was maybe a
props to
little
us.
bit. We're learning.
We're working.
Before we get started, though, I actually wanted to cover something that we talked about last week and give my boy Matty Ray some props. He called it. So we were talking about Sean Diddy Combs before the sentencing, before even the jury was done deliberating, and the man said innocent. You said all charges. You said all charges.
I said innocent.
But, yeah.
I probably said of all charges.
You did. And the reality
Basically
is
innocent.
that the worst charges were really,
My man.
he got off, man.
He got
I'm
off.
amazed.
He got off again and again and again. And then they tried to bring him to court for getting off. And my man got off again on all of their faces. I mean, in all of their faces.
On all fours in the courtroom. I mean, have you seen the drawings of him, like, just prone on the floor in the courtroom? I mean, he was getting off.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, boy. Yeah, you're missing out.
I've got some Googling to do.
Yeah, you better watch what you Google, man.
Yeah, I gotta turn safe search off.
Yeah, you might. So
well,
that's just wanted to give you some props. We can jump into it now. We've got some things to do.
Much appreciated. I am always right. So today, absolute bombshell dropped. The Epstein List.
Wait,
bombshell.
That's a bombshell?
Never existed.
Oh my gosh.
Come to find out, really an incredible turn of events. Also, Epstein did kill himself. That's what the FBI is going with.
Yeah, no, nobody believes that. And it really is one of those situations where you expect the change in the guard, where you go from left to right, or you go from like typical politicians to and all of their toxic behavior to like this turnaround, this washing of the old guard, and you think you're going to get something new, but it's just more of the same, isn't it? You literally have a big fat nothing burger from people who are supposed to be honest with us and tell us all the nitty gritty. And he killed himself? No, give me a break. No, he didn't. And his list doesn't even exist. Like, there is no list. What's going on? There's literally no Epstein list that they're willing to share with us, at least, with the names of all the different people he hauled to his island. It's just ridiculous.
A quick question. Am I crazy?
Go for it. Yes.
Or did I at some point hear something to the effect of, I have the memo on my desk currently?
What's the name of the current head
Bondi?
of the DOJ? Pam Bondi. She said
Pam?
that. She said, I got the list on my desk right here. Let me give it to you.
Did she say list or did she
Give
say
it
memo?
to me.
Either way. Yeah, joke's on us. It actually never existed. There was no list.
Yeah. So who's lying? Who's
and you're
lying?
not being gaslit,
obviously,
by the way.
Yeah, okay.
That's how that works.
So
I'm
to
not
answer your question, you are crazy. That's the answer to your question. But also, you did hear Pam Bondi say that she had the list or memo or whatever on her desk ready to give to us. What was on that list? What was on that memo? I'm curious now, Pam. What did you have that you have now not released to anybody? And she's trying to take the FBI and Kash Patel to task because they didn't release it.
What she had on her desk was an actual pizza menu. Everyone thought it was the Rocket Pizza secret Epstein Clients List or whatever. Never happened. It was an actual pizza menu. She just got confused, and you're sexist if you disagree.
Oh my gosh. This is supposed to be only relatively controversial. Labeling me with the big S word.
I don't know, man. I thought we were going to get something.
Yeah, no, we're
not even.
So here's the thing.
I mean, okay, one second. I get it if they don't want the American politicians to go down for this, right? there's probably
I don't.
individuals
They
on
should.
both sides. But I mean, we investigated ourselves and we found out we did nothing wrong. Actually, we did everything right, by the way. Um, welcome to the U.S. government. No, they didn't even give us like Prince Harry or whatever. We got nothing. No, we got told the list never existed, and also he killed himself. Incredible.
All right, so here's the thing. Yes, it is incredible. It's very difficult to believe, but the reality is that we're the little guys, and we're never going to know, right? Whether it's really in existence or if it's been trashed on a hard drive in the former head of the State Department's basement at her house, or if it was wherever it was, right? Wherever this list lived, maybe it's gone. Maybe it doesn't exist anymore. And so maybe they're just telling us that they never had it, but well, maybe it never did. Maybe it never did. But the fact is, like, we're never going to know about it. At this point, if the big change of the guard that we have in the government, I'm air quoting this right now, changing of the guard, has not delivered on this promise, then we're never going to get it. Because do you really think politicians in the future, when we don't have a disruptive government and they're back to the status quo, are actually going to deliver us a name or a list of names? Like, I don't think so. It's never going to happen.
You know what?
Yeah, well,
I mean, this is kind of my take on politics in general. Is I'm voting for the guy who's going to do the least, because that means he's going to do the least damage, or she. I have no preference. I don't think either one will get anything done. And so, or they, or whatever. It doesn't matter. We could have no president. Actually, I think that would probably be the best possible outcome, is that we stop electing politicians. Period. And then you just
want a statesman,
C-SPAN,
or you want no people?
C-SPAN. It can be like one of those webcams at the beach during like February, where it's like, why did we pay the power bill for this? And it's just like sand and some like water. That C-SPAN just needs to be the air conditioner making a single piece of paper on the floor flutter once every 5 minutes.
Or a piece of tape and like a little,
and that's it.
Piece of tinsel or something, tapes to the vent. Yeah.
Yeah. You're never going to get what you want. No one's going to fix anything. Everything sucks. Nothing is real. Welcome to planet Earth.
Then why try? I mean, really, this is very cynical, and I tend to believe that there must be some hope for humanity, So what about hiring non-politicians to political positions? So people who have some form of like expertise, technocracy or technocratic, whatever type of government. What about that?
I mean, when's the last time you met a chief officer who you're like, oh man, I want him to be the president of the country? It's never happened.
No, that's a good point.
Right?
So that's a good point. They're all sociopaths or psychopaths or whatever.
I mean, and it's like, wow, this guy is really good at telling other people to do things. Incredible. What a value add to our nation. I mean,
so
at this point, it's like,
let's circle back.
I don't know that Epstein. I don't know that anything actually did happen on that island. Is it all a nothing burger? How deep does the nothing burger rabbit hole really go?
Oh boy. Now you're asking the real questions, because if there's no proof, just like with Diddy, if you don't have a smoking gun, did it really happen? I mean, maybe not, right? You just have all these celebrities and politicians paying $170 million, I think it was, to fly to this island together with a lot of teenage girls who are also on these flights. And do nothing.
We need to rename the island, because we take all the politicians, all the rich and wealthy, the ultra wealthy people, and we put them on this island, and then we put a bunch of kids on the island, and then something may or may not have happened. Epstein's Island is a misnomer. It should be called Schrodinger's Island at this point. I think both. They definitely did.
I was going to say Neverland Ranch
do it
Island
until we opened the box, and guess what?
Yeah.
The box got opened and it was a nothing burger. You know what? Yeah, I think I agree with the government now. Nothing happened. That's probably more likely, because I think the problem was that we all got a little too excited that something happened and that something was going to be done about the something that happened. And guess what?
Nothing happened. Yeah, no,
nothing ever happens.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I hope everyone feels really great after that.
Yeah, no, this is a very depressing topic.
Actually,
I would have loved to see a list with everybody's name on it. You've got Clinton, obviously, Michael Jackson.
So,
you got all these different people. And then as you go down the whole list, you can be like, yep, that guy, yep, that guy, yep, that guy. All of them go to jail. And that'd be great, right? That'd be great.
You just sprung my trap, actually. In the event that something happened on that island or nothing happened on that island, you're saying that you want that list, but that implies that you want there to have been something horrible done to these innocent children. What I'm saying is no children were injured in the making of this hoax. And you should actually
be Russia relieved. Hoax now, huh?
You should actually be relieved that nothing happened to any children, and all of it was a nothing burger, and you can sleep peacefully knowing that everything is right in the world.
Well, hang on a second. I don't think you can equate those two things. You are saying that if I want there to be a list, that I also want there to be the abuse of children, which is a really diabolical argument that I can't agree with as a matter of principle, right? But let's say, for example, Schrodinger's cat, that it both happened and didn't happen, using your terminology.
But the box was opened.
The island,
the wave function
both
collapsed.
Happened and didn't happen.
The electrons are not in those children. Okay.
Something else.
The wave function collapsed. And nothing happened.
If it's Schrodinger's island, it's still unknown. So I want there to be a list.
No, you can open the Schrodinger's box. It's just that once you open the box, the
has it? Do you really believe it's been opened though? So now you're, according to what you're saying, you believe that the government is being honest.
I'm not a
and has come forth with all of the proof that we're ever going to get that ever existed. And you believe what the FBI and DOJ are saying now.
I'm just saying that you should listen to your betters. Okay.
Okay. I see what you're saying. You're saying that you believe the DOJ.
Our lords and ladies.
You believe the FBI.
100%.
All right. There you have it, folks.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, you got to watch it. We're supposed to be relatively
I was going to put on a hat. And I was like, no, I'm not going to put on the hat. I'm not going to put on the hat. I've got a collection of hats for reasons of humor only. And they may or may not come out in the future, but today is not that day. So
is it the Titleist hat? The Titleist hat that says
I do have the Titleist hat. This one's fabulous.
There you go. So I guess that's not the one you're talking about. Okay.
That was not the one that I was talking about.
Anyway, this topic's getting boring now. We've covered it. I don't think there's anything left to say.
Speaking of nothing burgers, science. So
science is a hoax. Absolute hoax.
Space? No, I kid. Space is an exciting and optimistic conversation, right? There's new things happening.
Yeah, sure.
We spent a bunch of money. We blasted some kind of magic telescope into the air, and it's finding. To be very clear, everyone, I'm not an astrophysicist, and I don't pretend to be. Okay, I just have a lot of opinions on things in space for no reason.
Should we go to Mars?
Sarcasm. That's actually honest.
Should we go build bubbles and live on Mars?
Yeah, this is just Matty Ray, the science guy. That could have gone bad.
That definitely could have rhymed better.
Yeah,
and you got to get on with it. Because honestly, I'm ready to talk about nuking the north and south poles of Mars and trying to create an atmosphere that can sustain life. And
I'll believe it.
Man, that would be so cool, right? Yeah, I think Elon Musk's gonna make it happen, right? By the time I'm 80, he'll be like a head from Futurama at that point, like with spider legs, and he'll be living on Mars anyway. Yeah,
no, Elon Musk. It's just gonna be the Elon verse. It's like the Bobaverse, but
pretty much.
So
good book.
Okay, so to give a little context here, lots of stuff's been happening. If you have been living under a rock, there's this thing called the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, I think.
That's the one. Yep.
Yeah, and it's just been taking some crazy pictures in space, and we've been seeing a lot of stuff we didn't know was a thing.
Bullcrap.
And scientists have been in an absolute mad dash to get that grant money. Okay, so study after study has been dropping for months, and we have probably doubled our knowledge of what we knew about space in like the last 6 months compared to the previous, 100,000 years.
Eons. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, so this is all bullcrap, by the way, because before you continue, I'm gonna let you finish. But before you continue, we spent $1 billion times 10. So the budget was $1 billion. We spent $10 billion making this thing, right? And now we've got all these people signing up for lab time to be able to examine the stars. But what's really happening is the James Webb Space Telescope takes infrared pictures. And so you're saying there's all these images, right? And they come back with blue and yellow and red and purple and all these different beautiful stars and asteroid belts and blah, 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 blah. And it's an infrared telescope. So it's all bullcrap. Every picture you've seen that has more than red is a lie.
Okay. Next, you're going to tell me that the textbooks, the dinosaur textbooks, are not actually photographs. Okay. I refuse to believe it.
No, those are absolutely. So have you not seen Jurassic Park? Like, where did they get the models from?
No, the
models came from somewhere.
They flew into the hole at the South Pole, into the inside of the Earth, where the Nazis and the dinosaurs live in harmony.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, perfect.
They had to get the pictures from somewhere for their textbooks.
So here's the deal. What I just said makes more sense than some of the stuff that these scientists have been proposing, in my humble opinion, as a non-astrophysicist. Okay.
So that part where I'm going to let you finish, this is it. Go ahead and continue. What is this news that all of a sudden is just so far out there, literally and metaphorically?
Okay. Wait, I have been inundated on YouTube, on Facebook, on all of the social media platforms that exist, and for some reason I am on, with article after article and AI posts after AI posts about how we just found out the whole universe is inside of a black hole. Have you seen any of this? Our universe is inside of a black hole.
I may have seen a headline, but I haven't really dug into it. So tell me more.
Okay. Well, so let me enlighten you. Basically, the universe is like 13.8 billion years old or something like that, right? And they made this calculation. Yeah, something about microwave ovens in the background, yada yada. They've proven that the universe is like 13 billion years old or something. Again,
they carbon dated an orange that was a week old, and it was 54 years old. So I mean,
carbon dated is a different science. Okay, those are not the same scientists.
Or is it?
Just because one scientist makes a mistake doesn't mean they're all bad apples.
Okay.
Now, man, I'm really going to be inconsistent right now because that is the opposite of my actual take. Okay. So riddle me this.
Okay,
How is it that we have found stars that are like 16 or galaxies rather, that are like 16 or 20 billion light years away?
How could light travel that far if the universe is only 13.4 billion years old?
That is the question. That's the $1 million question. And somehow these scientists have fooled us because they've been telling us since I was a wee lad that the universe is 14 billion or less years old. And now I'm hearing, it could be 16 actually. It could even be 19 billion.
Could be 20.
It could be 24 billion actually.
It could be 6,000 years old. You never know. I mean, science could back up anything.
Again, not to get too personal, but we grew up in a spiritual home, and I have, I love the spiritual side of my upbringing and my life, and I've been constantly harangued by these scientists, these heretics, that I believe in space magic and sky daddy wizards in the sky that
Jedis, basically, right?
Yeah. Oh wow, you believe in like the holy Jedis. And it's like, oh wow, thanks. Yeah, you just missed like thousands of years of like culture and philosophy and like uh, principles because your science teacher told you that it was actually cool to believe in evolution and not Adam and Eve. Fine, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
However, now they look at a couple of old galaxies. They all happen to spin in the same direction, and now we've got to fund a bunch of research to ask more questions and come up with more non-answer nothing burgers about how we may or may not be inside of a black hole. But here's the crazy part. Who cares?
Yeah.
Does that matter at all?
Not even in the slightest. No.
I want to know about the Epstein list, okay? and now, and
let's take $10 billion and invest it in some algorithms that will analyze all the things everyone's ever said about Epstein and then see what's true, right? Like something's got to give.
No, let's take $10 billion and hire all of the FBI agents or force them all to go through a hiring process to weed out all of the psychopaths and get like the 10% that might be halfway decent people, not, the total scum of the earth. Love the police, support the men in blue. And let's just use the $10 billion to have them. Yeah, thank you. I know. I play both sides of the line, right? So let's just hire them to go and investigate the FBI as not the FBI, because at this point, like this is an exercise in insanity,
in futility.
Like, what are we doing here? Right?
We're not doing anything. So
instead, we're sending $10 billion into the sky to take a bunch of pictures. And what do? It's every week is, we found a planet that might have life on it, and then a week later, you're a fool if you believed that fake.
So let's
science.
take a step back.
My true science says there's no life on that planet because it's actually dilithium crystals that make the blue hue.
To give you warp drive to get over there. Yeah. So I'm showing off my inner nerdiness because of my Star Trek knowledge, right? So here's the thing, right? If we're gonna spend $10 billion on a telescope, and they're gonna spend all of the time that telescope is in service, looking at whatever things that are 250 million light years away or however far away, right? I would be far more interested from a practical standpoint, right? For us to look at Alpha Centauri or Centauri or however you say it, right? What are the closest, 100 stars to where we live? Let's see what those guys got going on and which ones we can send a probe to.
We've already done that. The grant money's run out.
1%
We need the new hotness.
See, but have we really? Because we've spent money on old telescopes, Hubble, that couldn't get the high definition versions. And I'd like to see what's going on over there in a better high definition version that we get from the James Webb Telescope, or something that's relevant to us. I mean, the center of the universe, or the center of the galaxy, or whatever.
The mistake that you're making.
What's going to blow up and kill us?
You don't understand that everyone thinks of themselves as Leonardo DiCaprio, and that
in which movie?
Alpha Centauri. She aged out. She's 25 now. We're not interested. We need the new hotness. Okay. The new hotness.
So not in the movie. You're talking about actual Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, the actual
not
Leonardo
in a movie.
DiCaprio.
Not Jack. Not what? Yeah,
no, not Jack. Let Jack sink to the bottom. We're talking about real life Jack Leo. Okay.
Yeah, she hit 25. She's 24. She's good. She's good.
We found this hot new. Oh man, phrasing. We found this hot new roaming black hole just flying through space. This is a news article, right? They found a new black hole just shooting through space, and every time a star gets close, it gets slungshot at super speed in random directions. So,
all right, so
there's a horror show for you. You're just living your life, and one day you get sucked into a roaming black hole.
I'm gonna pivot here for a second to the science of it, because I think you're getting awfully close to
I'm not
Leonardo DiCaprio's never mind. So the black hole thing, right? Do we live in a black hole? What are the implications if we do? You said something about how all these galaxies within the universe are spinning in the same direction, right? Maybe all clockwise or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to tell us something, like that we're in a black hole. what matters here? Like why is this even an
in my
issue?
opinion,
It seems like a big nothing burger to me. Really.
I mean, this isn't exactly funny, but in my opinion, all it means is that space is infinite, and also it's both unknown and unknowable, right? So it's like we're never going to be able to
sounds an awful lot like something I learned in my spiritual upbringing.
It's like you're never going to know what's outside of the black hole, right?
Yeah.
Now people are talking about like, oh well, maybe if you fall into a black hole, you have to find a white hole to escape. It's like, okay, it's not space magic.
You just find another black hole, right? So that you can tunnel through that wormhole back to where you came from. Super easy. I mean, this is easy stuff. Pay me $10 million.
Hot new black holes to jump into.
Ooh, wee. Ooh, doggy. That's right. Yeah. On that note.
What?
Now
I want to see how you make this transition.
Get ready, because it's not going to be that impressive. I promise you. Now that we're talking about hot and spicy stuff.
There you go. That was not bad.
You like that? You like that?
Bravo.
Let's talk about our next subject matter, which is what are the most underrated cuisines from around the world? Underrated. So these aren't your favorite. Like I don't really care what your favorite is. I could probably guess, right? The stuff that you eat frequently is probably your favorite, right? And so what I'm really looking for is not so much what you like the most necessarily, but what cuisines from around the world just don't get enough attention, but they actually are way better than you think. Like, that stuff's that's pretty legit stuff. And I'll go ahead and start. Now, I unfortunately share this in common with a lot of hipsters, and no offense to the hipsters. Y'all are great people, I'm sure. But a lot of them, I think, do like this, and I don't think a lot of people know about it outside of that lower Gen Z vibing whatever people, but it's Vietnamese.
We love
Vietnamese cuisine.
Okay.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. My bad. You're right. I love Gen Z. They're so fun.
So what is it about Vietnamese food that you love?
So Vietnamese food is predominantly like it's fresh and a little bit of spice. It's got like some slender cuts from the meat, some very appetizing like a little bit of fat, but really it's about the meat and it's about the freshness. The veggies are in there and it's all like, if it's going to be cooked at all, like a lot of Vietnamese food that's cooked, they'll have a broth and they'll simmer that for like 3 days. Right. But the rest of it, all the veggies, fresh. All the meats, all the good stuff that they throw in there is like, they'll boil the broth, they'll throw that stuff in there and serve it immediately. So you get literally like the crispy, crunchy, good stuff.
Delicious tendons and freaking
dog.
Incredible. Yeah. Sounds
really
legitimately. Sounds really underrated. No, I think that's probably correctly rated then. It's like
all right, your turn.
I love a good banh mi.
No, it's legitimately good. It's really right. See, banh mi is a good one, right? Banh mi, because you got the French roll with like the hard shell on the outside, and you got the pate on the inside. So
sandwiches are good.
Oh man,
this is a controversial
sandwiches
take.
are good. Sandwiches are good. Yeah.
Okay.
It's got pate in it. Traditionally, it's got pate in it, so a lot of people will underrate it for that reason too. But I like it. I think it's delicious.
Is Vietnamese pate the same as French pate?
Yeah, I think they got it from the French probably because they were like a colonial territory of the French for 100 years or whatever it was. Yeah.
So you steal from the French the most like correctly rated cuisine, and all of a sudden you have underrated cuisine because you've just copy and pasted French cuisine with like Thai basil.
Copy paste. I actually heard that the word pho, so the soup, the word pho in Vietnamese, is actually from a French word. It's like soup de feuille or something like that. So is pho really Vietnamese? I don't know.
I mean,
pho might not actually be Vietnamese. So there's some controversy for you.
I mean, I'll eat a bowl of ramen, but like I'm not going to pretend like it's fancy, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you haven't had good ramen, dude.
It's like salty
there's
water.
Another underrated one for you.
And some
You've had
noodles.
college level ramen, man. College level ramen. You got to graduate and get into the tonkatsu amazingness.
I'm a professional ramen maker. Ooh. Okay, we get the high quality Nissin
top ramen.
Yeah, 15 cents a package.
What I got to stop for a second and point out the fact that like there's me talking about food with you, and I think there's a really like clear winner when it comes to who knows more about food.
What are you implying?
That you cook. I don't.
Fair enough.
Whew, got out of that one. All right, let's keep going. What's your favorite underrated?
No, before we move to me, now let's. Okay. What is the most overrated cuisine? Because it's a two-part question, is what it really needs to be.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. This is a tough one. I feel like I'm gonna probably find some like-minded individuals in this.
Be very careful with what you say next.
Oh yeah, no, I think I'm gonna find some like-minded individuals in this one.
Okay.
There are a lot of Mediterranean and what's the other term?
Continue.
Various tropically oriented North African, Southern, European, Mediterranean foods where all they focus on is like olive oil and goat. Olive oil and goat. Olive oil's not fresh, bro. They literally have to like let that stuff.
Not when you buy it off the shelf at Costco.
Sure. But like I just being
I just
real
love
here,
it.
I don't think
I like Vietnamese food because
goat,
it's fresh and it uses fresh ingredients. But those Mediterranean guys with their fresh vegetables and olive oil, I could do without, quite frankly.
No, goat. So I'm referring to the tribal goat stuff, where you have to like eat hummus with your hand.
Dog soup, incredible.
Yummy.
A little bit of like roasted goat. Gag. Incredible. I love it. Continue.
It's gamey. It's not that good, man. Anyway,
it's not gamey if you, because the other thing is yogurt. And I mean, I get the yogurt haters. I'm not a huge yogurt guy, but I'm just a huge guy. But you throw meat and yogurt for a couple of days, it's not going to be so gamey anymore. But
all right. So you have to treat it. It's no longer fresh. You have to treat this stuff, maybe take a hammer to it for like 5 hours and tenderize it.
Imagine unironically claiming that Vietnamese is underrated because it's so fresh, but you don't like Mediterranean food. It's just known for being like the freshest food in Europe.
So you look at like all the goat herds and
yeah, we get it. You don't like
the freshness, by the way.
I get it. Okay.
Or whatever. Like there's this stuff that's just bland. There's not that much.
How do you feel about Mexican food? I mean, they eat goat.
I don't eat Mexican food that has goat in it.
Okay.
And most Mexican food that I like is Mexican American.
I've never seen goat on the Taco Bell
were invented in San Francisco, weren't they? And chimichangas. I mean, just to kind of reveal a little bit more about myself, I guess I'm from the South, so anything fried is good. Chimichangas are legitimately amazing. And are they really Mexican? Maybe not. But the stuff that we imported over here, the aspects of that food that live here in the U.S. are amazing. They're delicious. I love me a good burrito. I love me a good chimichanga. So the food is fine. It's good. I mean, what's that one? What's that one Mexican food that like? It's actually not just Mexico. It's like all of Central America. They eat this. It's
careful.
It's basically like a lump of like cornmeal that they wrap around. It's tamales? Not even like a tortilla. Tamales. That's overrated. That's the most overrated food like on God's green earth.
It's like the only Mexican food I like.
That's literally the most overrated food on God's green earth is like tamales, where all it is just this bland lump of nothing. Why would I eat that? I could have so much better food.
It's also their Christmas food. It's like being like
Feliz Navidad. Okay, but yeah.
I don't know. I went over to my friend. I went over to my lawyer's house in early December, and he fed me these like potato pancakes. Gross. I hate latkes.
Ew.
It's like it's a holiday treat. What are you talking about? They put applesauce on it. Degenerate.
It doesn't taste any better. I mean, come on. We got some stuff like that in the U.S.
They made falafel. Gag.
The sauce that we use on our turkey on Thanksgiving.
I really should stop. Why did I start talking about Israeli food?
Yeah, you really got to stop that real quick. But like our Thanksgiving Day sauce. What's the sauce?
Cranberry
that we use?
sauce.
Cranberry sauce. Yeah, that stuff's gross.
Dude, if out of a can, it's gross.
Yeah, well, that's all I've ever had. So
it's not.
I got to get good, I guess.
It's not overrated.
No, it's overrated.
It's just like
everybody has
I
it,
had
so
I went and got like the least effort, worst version of a product, and it wasn't that good. I was shocked.
I wanted to have bananas, so I ate the baby food. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not a fan. Okay.
So in summation, Vietnamese food, significantly underrated. It's fresh, it's delicious, it's tasty. And tamales and maybe some of the goat-herded stuff from North Africa, Southern Europe. Tamales particularly, though. I should have come up with that one first, because legitimately,
yeah, you should have.
They are bland, and
instead you just went
there's
immediately
nothing
for the racism.
appealing.
I hate
food,
North
man.
Africans. What? That's what I heard, and that is unacceptable.
I happen to have some friends from the Dinka tribe in Sudan.
I happen to have a black friend. Is that what you're going with? Oh. Okay.
It's the Southern Europeans that I really don't. No,
I think.
All right,
we're gonna have to hire out a consulting firm for the podcast crew and do a little bit of a sensitivity training. Relatively.
How'd you turn this into a race thing? We're talking about food, you idiot. Literally, this whole
that was
time
my
I'm
trap.
talking about
I actually set 2 traps this week.
And goat. And you have set the trap, but here's the thing: there's no connection.
Well, and also I haven't gone yet,
or otherwise. All right, yeah, it's your turn. So let's see what I can how I can rake you through the coals.
I think all of the cuisines have such good things to offer us.
You're so full of crap. Nope, you can't give me a nothing answer. You've got to give me an answer. What's the most underrated food? What's the most overrated food? And you can't talk yourself out of this one without us stopping the recording at this point. Because it's boring.
My overrated is gonna be
no. Start with the underrated.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Is I wanted to do my overrated first because I didn't want to end with something I'm going to get so much hate for. But the underrated, ironically, I was going to go for Turkish food because I think in the States people don't know about like doner kebab so much. But even more than just like doner kebab is like in general all of their little like fried meatloaf sticks, I think chofte or kofta or whatever. It's good. Like the whatever the Turkish equivalent of tzatziki is or tzatziki. I don't know. I'm not Greek. It's all.
Is
really
Turkish
good.
delight Turkish?
Who knows? That's gross. We're not talking.
I thought it was
Turkish
British.
Delight, though. I could be.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's some Chronicles of Narnia nonsense. I don't.
That's a deep cut right there.
Yeah, deep cut.
So Turkish food. What is it about Turkish food that's? Yeah, right. What's so good about Turkish food? Because you're saying it's underrated, right? And personally, I think a doner kebab is basically like any other gyro that I've ever had. Like, what's the difference? I like Greek gyros that have that tzatziki sauce just coated on there thick, and then you've got some, like whatever it's called. So what's different? What's unique and good and makes Turkish food better? Because I'm thinking there's not that much of it.
A lot of gyros like in Greece. Here, I'm going to nerd out on the food for a minute. A lot of the gyros from Greece are pork, which is good.
Yeah,
and they're not all pork.
Yeah,
just to be clear. But I just think pork is not so interesting on a gyro when you can get like the veal or the lamb. It's just
or the goat.
Dude, I'll eat a goat.
See, there you go, man. There you go.
You are what you eat, after all. Right? That was cringe.
that was actually really cringe, and in the same breath was kind of a good pun.
Cool.
I mean,
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that was kind of cool for a cringy joke. It was kind of cool.
Okay, well, I'm trying to win some favor before I lose it all.
Yeah.
Overrated. Okay, Again, I have to clarify. This is not my favorite or my least favorite foods. I like foods from the cuisine, the nation of origin of the cuisine that I'm about to name. I like all of the food from their cuisine or from their culture that you like. But the problem is that Japanese food is overrated.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. You are a racist. Look at you, man.
I have no problem.
Welcome to the dark
Japanese
side, I guess.
Or
the light side, I don't know.
I love my kawaii brothers and sisters from across the really big pond.
Okay.
But yeah, like sushi, it's good. I really like sushi.
Only good.
It's really good. But like
really good. Really good.
We got really fresh fish, and then we cut it really.
You're not controversial
particularly,
at all.
And we put it on some really good rice.
So there's no art. There's no artistry coming to the art of creating sushi. It's just take a clump of meat, stick it on some rice. Okay, I got you.
I'll be honest. I have not been to Japan, but
okay.
I've had some West Coast sushi, which is the best approximation you're going to get in the U.S. And it's really good. I like it. And it's like, and then they've got like the deep cuts, okonomiyaki, the little pancakes.
Okonomiyaki, yeah.
And it looks like it's like moving. It's like something out of Alien.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a pancake but thicker, and they'll like string all this like mayo looking stuff all over it. It's not mayo, but like the sauce all over it.
Well, the little like bonito flakes or whatever. I'll eat it. Yep. But I'm gonna be clear.
Bonito flakes.
I've had some good ones and I've had some bad ones. Yeah, and like ramen. It's like, okay, you can go and get like a fancy $20. I've had like the Ivan ramen, like $20 fancy, chef's table episode ramens. They're really good. But are they overrated? And the average bowl of ramen at a Japanese restaurant. And I've been to Japanese restaurants in Europe, and I've been to Japanese restaurants in the US. I've not been to Japan. Okay? I'm just saying that the representatives that they're sending out, not their best people. Or
leave something to be desired is what you're saying.
What I'm saying is they're not sending their best. Okay. And I love the Japanese. I love the Japanese.
So they've
been real weird for the last 70 years, and I cannot for the life of me figure out why. I don't know.
Well, it's because their entire religion was destroyed in like one fell swoop. But the reality of the situation is, you sound like you've got some prejudice against the Japanese cuisine. Maybe you've had some bad examples. Maybe you got a tummy ache. Matty Ray got a tummy ache, and now he's got some hard feelings. But
have you
there's
had
a
that
lot of good stuff out there you're missing.
Have you had that funky bean stuff, the fermented beans?
Oh, that stuff smells bad. No, that legitimately smells really bad.
Have you tasted it?
That stuff's gross. I have, and that stuff smells and tastes.
Wow, Japanese cuisine is incredible. Eat that. Okay.
Who said it was incredible?
I'm not saying they have to be judged by their worst. Okay.
It kind of sounds like you are.
I'm just saying that people are putting. No. People are like, oh man, the two best cultures or the best cuisine cultures in the world are like French and Japanese cuisine, and they're equal in every way. And I'm going like,
who says that?
It's like I'm not. So like, to be clear, I'm not saying that like French is overrated. I think French is perfectly correctly rated, right? Like Italian food. Everyone's like, yeah, Italian food. Okay,
so the cuisine that comes from the almost westernmost of all Western European countries is the one with the best food and the best culture, is what you're saying.
I'm saying it's an incredible coincidence.
And then the country that is the farthest east, literally the land of the rising sun.
It's really crazy how that works.
Happens to be the one with the most overrated.
And what's really crazy is if you split the difference, it's like Indian food's pretty good, man. It's like
Indian. Okay, that's not even controversial. Legitimately, my favorite food is Indian curry.
Now, I'm not saying there's a gradient from east to west, Because this is not
right
the best versus the worst.
There's some good stuff.
This is not the best versus the worst. This is underrated versus overrated. And I'm just saying, Japanese food's good, but calm down. Okay? It's good.
I mean, all right. So
I like sushi.
I love a good bowl of ramen, and I've had a good bowl of ramen in Japan. It'll knock your socks off, and it's nothing like what you get in most places over here. It's just not. Yeah. The fact you mentioned that they're not exporting their best people, right? That's actually true, right? They don't have the brain drain the way other countries have, because they don't need to seek opportunity elsewhere. Why would you leave? Why would you leave free healthcare, cheap housing, and really good paying jobs in a place where you speak the language to come here? Like, you wouldn't. So they don't have.
I know I talked about illegal. We talked about illegal immigration last week, but can you
There's
think
like
of any
no legal immigration
why?
of Japanese people coming to the U.S. Like, it just doesn't happen. So the reality is that their best chefs are staying over there too.
Zero immigration.
Yeah, no, like legitimately, they don't allow them. No, they actually
if it was a Western
that because their birth rates. If you wanted to move there, actually, you're starting to be able to, because their birth rate has tanked so badly. But the only thing you can do is teach English.
But I don't work hard enough to live in Japan. Okay.
No.
I can't do those hours, man. 40 a week is rough.
For like a year and a half one time, and I was done. It was and you're not allowed to leave until the boss leaves, and he never leaves till like 8 p.m. at the earliest.
Yeah,
like, why would I subject myself to that? No, thank you.
No, you just have to be painfully polite. Hey, it was great seeing you today. I hope to see you tomorrow, bright and early. You've been killing it today.
But
Keep up the great work, Mr. Boss Man. Anyway, I'm out.
Oh my gosh. So the food, right, over there legitimately is very, very good. And the stuff you get over here, it's just a pale sample. It's not the best. A pale sample.
Well, I mean, the real Achilles heel to this whole argument was like that Japanese beef, the Wagyu cows.
Kobe.
I mean, good grief. Stuff's life-changing.
No,
so that
stuff's good.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Japan is correctly rated.
No, you're definitely wrong. Like, you could pay $300 for a tomahawk steak from Japan, and it's going to kill any $50 steak.
Can I jump on the Mexican food hate bandwagon? I don't even dislike it. I think it would be a less bad take than Japan was overrated.
Yeah, no, it's
no. I'll stick
tamales,
with my guns.
man, and that's the one thing that you like, though, is the worst part of Mexican cuisine. And I know all of my Hispanic friends, or at least the Mexican friends, are going to be like, he's a terrible person because I don't like tamales. Hey, look, you don't have to like hot dogs. But
and also,
like, legitimately, they're not that good.
Josh also hates Christmas, and he doesn't hear Feliz Navidad play in his head when he eats tamales. And that's our show this week.
I do not.
On that bombshell, Josh hates Christmas. We talked about the Epstein list. We talked about how space is fake. Just like the Epstein list, it never happened. You were dreaming
food.
it all
Matt
along.
hates Japanese food, and maybe the people that immigrate
but it has
here.
nothing to do with the people themselves. Anyway, have a great week, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.